Hi folks, this is Andy Korodesky with Cellarmasters of Los Angeles Home Winemaking Club, and this is my video for August. It's called, and this is called Critters in the Vineyard. This is the time of the year when all of the critters want to eat all of your grapes. And so this is a video on how to hopefully stop them from doing it. We have two tools. We have exclusion and we have eradication. I prefer to exclude as much as I can, and then as a last resort, I will try to eradicate. And you can probably see very easily my first line of defense, my first line of exclusion. It's these nets. These nets are bee nets. I used to use bird nets. Bird nets had much larger gaps, about a ½ inch gaps in the bird net itself, and that prevented birds from getting in and getting at the grapes, which, as you can see, look pretty nice in there. The issue, though, was for a couple of years, a bunch of rats got in here, ate a bunch of the fruit. The bees smelled the fruit, both honeybees as well as wasps, as well as yellow jackets, and they would fly through the bird netting and just destroy the entire vineyard. They literally thousands of bees would come in every day, and every single grape on every single bunch was bitten into and chewed on and ruined. So I use bee netting now. I've used it. This is the second year I'm using it, and I absolutely love it. It protects against both birds and bees, and is so much easier to handle than that thin, kind of wispy bird netting that we used to use. So I'm very, very pleased with it. The second line of defense, the second exclusion, the second barrier that we're using here is this electric fence. There's the charger down here, and the electric these cables up here are electrified. So these keep out the raccoons. I've had raccoons come in, and in a night, 2 or 3 raccoons come in, and in a night they will eat 100 pounds of grapes, and I only get maybe 300 or 400 pounds of grapes out of here. So it's been super helpful. And this top wire itself here, I have these taller wires because I have a tall dog who I also don't want to get in here, so that keeps the dog out. What I can't seem to exclude are the rats and the mice, and so I eradicate them. I trap them. I use these snap traps, just your standard issue snap traps. They work okay. This one's baited with a little piece of candy. You can use candy, peanut butter, etc. I started early this year with rat traps. I started several months ago, before my grapes were even close to being ripe, and I got a bunch of them. But I also have a trail cam here under the netting, and I could see that I didn't get all of them. There was still at least one rat running around in here every night eating my grapes and not getting caught on the snap traps that were on the ground. So, on the advice of a genius friend of mine, also a fellow grower, I put the snap traps up on the cordons in the vineyard itself. And sure enough, the very first night, I got a rat. So, just a suggestion, put those traps up on your cordons. We also have mice, and I do set up bluebelly. We also have mice, and so I do set up some mice traps, and these have gotten both mice and baby rats. I won't use poisons. There are poisons you can buy. The trouble with the poisons is they get into the if you poison a rat, the rat then dies, and a raccoon or an owl or a hawk or something will swoop down and eat the dead rat, and then it has the poison in itself, and then it dies, and just the whole cycle keeps going on. So I won't use poisons. I just use traps. And so that's it, folks. those are the critters that want to destroy my vineyard, and these are the processes I'm using to keep them from doing so. I hope it helps. And again, this is Andy Korodeski with the Cellarmasters of Los Angeles Home Winemaking Club. I hope you are able to protect your grapes from the critters.